What's going on, guys? It's Dmitry from FlexRC here, and today I've got a special shipment from Caddx. Let's open and see what is inside. I'm really excited about it. I've never done open box before, so I don't have much experience with it, and hopefully it will go smooth. Oop, oop. Okay, it's already coming. All right, it's tiny box. Wow, check this out. So I've got Caddx Beetle version 1 over here, such a tiny camera. I also have here Ratel Sterling light camera. So what do we want to look at? I think Ratel probably. I also got Turbo EOS 2. Here it is. And I've got Firefly. I was looking to try it. I think it should work very nice with a Nano X. All right, let's move it out of the way. And I think let's start with Ratel. Let's brush off the dust from our table. All right, let's open it up. Ooh, yeah. Yellow one, check this out. Looks cute so far. What else is inside with it? Very small. It reminds me sort of Micro Eagle. Actually, will be interesting to compare it side by side. Okay, what is else here? Control board. And we've got here some hardware and the mount. All right, here's the plan. I'm going to use my Ascent 2-inch, which needs some repairs. I'm going to replace VTX on it to, what was the name of it? HotRC GTX Nano video transmitter. And I'm going to use HotRC DVR Nano recorder, essentially. So we're going to replace it FlexRC camera with the Caddx one. And once it will be all in, we will get back to it and start testing the performance of the camera. And I will also be able to compare then to performance of FlexRC camera and maybe some other cameras as well. All right, just before we'll start building and flight testing the camera, let's compare it side by side with RunCam Micro Eagle, so we can get an idea what we're dealing with. The visual difference is actually minimal. They look pretty much the same. I really like the yellow color I've got. And I also enjoy, for what it's worth, the orange color of Micro Eagle, but yellow just is so unique and it will play really nicely with my build. So yeah, as I said, the difference seems to be minimal. You can judge for yourself based on what we see. Lens seems to be a little bit smaller, just visually. And the main difference, what I can see, it seems like you actually will be able to repair Ratel in case of some damage. Say, for example, you see behind this sticker there are actually screws, so the boards seem to be removable. Unlike, for example, in Micro Eagle, where it's all glued together, so it's kind of like one-way camera. You break it, you lose it, that's it. You won't be able to reuse other than probably unscrew the lens or something. Let's put them on the scales, compare the weight, so we'll get a better idea what we're dealing with. So let's get started with Micro Eagle. The weight is approximately 9 grams, which not far from the specification, and this one is actually 8.3 grams, so it is lighter. If in your build weight matters, it will be a winner. Also, if you will remove this sticker, we can actually go ahead and try to remove it. Perhaps it will affect the weight a little bit more. Yeah, so we lose like 1/10 of the gram. It's not a big deal, I guess, in my case. Let's quickly compare measurements. So Micro Eagle lens width is roughly 16 millimeters, and the length of the camera is approximately 22.5 millimeters. This one, width of the lens is 15 millimeters, so yeah, it's like you see, it's fairly similar, just 1 millimeter difference. And the length of the camera is also approximately 22.5 millimeters, so the length of the camera is pretty much the same. Yeah, they look very close to each other. So I guess next step, let's put it to my Ascent 2-inch and take it for a flight, one camera and another camera, so we'll compare images side by side, and then we'll be able to make our conclusions. Let's do it now. Alright, so just like that, by magic, I've got Ascent 2-inch built with Ratel camera and nice yellow canopy, which goes well with this camera, isn't it? I really like how it looks. I hope you appreciate the look as well. So I've changed my flight controller to Omnibus F4 Nano version 3. I've got it right here. I had a bit of trouble with it and VTX, controlling VTX channel through OSD through Trump protocol. Let me know if you have any experience with particularly this flight controller, because I connected wire over here to TX6, and I set UART6 to be Trump protocol, but it doesn't control it. Then I also tried to move it to TX1 and remapping resources to TX1. I was able to get a current channel on my OSD menu, but then I wasn't able to control the channel. So anyway, what I've installed on top of it, it is HGLRC DVR. We looked at, then it goes this Nano VTX from HGLRC as well, and full speed FrSky receiver along with Caddx Ratel camera. What we are going to do next, we will take it for a flight. Then I will change camera to Micro Eagle. We will take it for a flight as well. We'll compare the picture and make our conclusions. I'm recording this video just after 10 p.m. on a rainy day. As you can see, we don't have any natural source of light, only street lights. They seem to be sufficient to highlight picture enough to be able to fly. Sensors seem to have quite a bit of ISO noise, but even with that, picture seems to be clear, and you are able to navigate confidently with it. We will try to fly through different areas and see how it will perform. Like in this case, for example, on the left, it becomes quite a bit dark, but you can still see the details. Another interesting feature of this lens is that it is I think 0.6 millimeter wide, so you can see propellers even when normally you won't see them. Let's try to fly even in a darker area, say here to the left. See, it's quite a bit dark here, so I felt a bit of hesitation, but even with that I was still able to make it without problems. I think if you have enough of experience, you should be able to fly confidently with this camera in any light situation. Let's do one more lap and fly back so we can compare with Micro Eagle. I'd say overall it seems the performance of the camera is mostly sufficient for night flying. I like it. And now let's try to fly Micro Eagle. Right off the bat we can see it has more colors. The noise is a bit different, it's still present there. Arguably you can see more details with it, although some areas are still quite dark. So let's try to repeat the route and fly around. I'd say in goggles, from my experience, I enjoyed it much more. In this case, picture is kind of stretched. You see, we can still see bushes on the left side when we were flying over there. It's much narrower, so we cannot see props in the view in case of Micro Eagle. Also, you can see the lights, they look a bit different in this case as well. You can navigate probably with the same degree of confidence with either cameras. They seem to have very similar performance, I'd say, in the night. Image looks a bit better in Micro Eagle, but it doesn't really have, at least in my opinion, a better sensitivity. It's just the way it handles light and colors. Seems much nicer, a bit more pleasant for the eyes when you fly with it. So let's try to fly through this tricky area again. Just fine, you can see all the details from every side. So it's fine over here. Yeah, I guess to conclude, I like both cameras. They seem to perform fairly similarly. They have different ISO noise handling, and I prefer the looks of Micro Eagle, but at the same time Caddx has also very good performance. Let's go back to the bench and talk about it a bit more. Alright, that was a lot of fun flying and comparing these two cameras, wasn't it? I really enjoyed this Ratel camera. In my opinion, Micro Eagle obviously beats this camera in terms of image quality. At the same time, a Ratel camera will be easier to fix if you ever have to fix. It costs $8 cheaper in comparison to Micro Eagle. Other than that, it's fairly good competitor to this camera. The image quality is quite remarkable as well for night, so you will actually be able to enjoy your flying at night, which is like crazy, you know, especially during winter time. Although we're getting into summer right now, but still, you know, like say, I don't know, Hawaii or something, you know, after 6 it's always dark, right? And you just want to fly it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will have some links in the description below, so you can find these products if you are interested in any of them. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you have any questions, suggestions. Let me know what will be your preferred camera, which one you actually liked, if it's different from what I liked. And obviously don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It helps a lot. I really appreciate when you subscribed. It shows me that what I am doing is actually useful for anybody. And on that note, I wish you all the best and see you next time.